Now let's move to the topic of Section 14 in Palm Springs. The city's recent offer to those impacted has been rejected. The group of survivors and their families refused the city's roughly $4.3 million offer to settle the legal claim over the clearing of residents back since some time ago. The city announced it would pay out $29,000 to about 145 households to compensate for what they called the city's wrongful role in demolishing those homes. They say the offer is a first step, but the survivors are going to work with the city to reach a resolution. Our contributors tonight, Nick Collins, Desert Sotheby's International Realty, and Brian Harnick, attorney with Romer and Harnick. All right, Brian, I'll start with you. Will any money be enough money?
Hey, the survivors are asking for $2 billion, and the answer to that question is no. Remember, there are two ways of looking at this. There are legal obligations. When there's a wrong, when there's a liability, we have a legal system to make it right with money. A government cannot take someone's property without just compensation. That's in the Constitution. There's a second level, though. Is it morally right? Is it morally justified? A wrong clearly happened decades ago. I don't know if there are still legal claims, but we're not just talking about the victims. We're talking about families and descendants of victims of wrongdoing. We're asking people today to pay large sums of money. I think this is really sounding more like wealth reallocation, a wealthy city paying people that are harmed. People were legitimately harmed, but if they've lost opportunities by way, let's say, of being deprived of education, or somebody became homeless and their kids didn't have a chance, create scholarships, help people improve. But the payout of money is wealth reallocation that I have a real problem with from a moral perspective, different than legally. A city cannot take, or a government can't take property without just compensation. Right. That's the Fifth Amendment and the 14th Amendment. You can't do that. But if the time has gone to file that lawsuit, we get to the moral question. It's a slippery slope. The money is not going to solve the problem. We need to uplift those people, let's do so by helping them with education. That's the answer, not just giving money to people.
All right. Nick, can you wrap it up in about 30 seconds for me?
Good, Greg. Well, he is the attorney, so we got to give him his due right there. This is right in his wheelhouse. But as far as money, yeah, it sounds like $2 billion is the number. $4 million to maybe 365 million was thrown around in an email from attorney Martin. But those numbers aren't neighbors. They don't live in the same neighborhood, so we're not going to get anywhere until they get a lot closer together.
Okay.